Hello everybody and welcome back to the first episode of a brand new series in Transport Fever 2 that I've called Let's Train Transylvania. This episode is going to have two parts. I will try to upload the second part later on today or tomorrow. I've also said in previous live stream that I will try to keep the detailing to a minimum. That never lasted long, and I ended up overdoing the town. The cinematics that you've seen at the beginning, it's what the town will look like when it's finished. Obviously, at the end of the second part. For future episodes, I will try to keep it to a minimum, just because I will end up breaking the game earlier than I want to. So maybe the next episode will be connecting a couple of towns, and then do another episode of detailing, and then maybe a live stream riding the trains or so. Not too sure what's gonna happen, but I think that's the way to go for now. So I placed the train depot, and then I realized it's a good place to put the road depot as well. Also, I've added some containers to make it look more realistic, and so it looks that we're fueling the trucks. Obviously, the trains are electric, but I think we have one diesel train as well. It takes quite some precision to put those pipes, even so they are not perfect, but I took the time to try and align them as best as I can. Unfortunately, I can't zoom any further in, so you can't really see, but I do like them to be as close as perfection as possible. You will see me trying to placing the pipes and then deleting them again. I've done that with several stuff. Also, I've edited this video, so I try to keep it to a minimum. So these are some pipes from Mad Hater. You can do quite a lot of stuff with them. It's actually a really nice mod, and you can change the textures of the pipes. You can change the curve do you want it to have, and the length, the width of the pipe. So you can see me now struggling to place it where it should go. So I've deleted it and then place it again. I've added some dirty water, so it looks like there's leaks. Obviously everything is rusty, so it should fit the description. And then I've added some more pipes that will go into the train depot. If you haven't checked my Discord server, I do recommend it, because you know, you can get, we have competitions for screenshots, and we are looking for map seeds as well. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description if you wish to check out. Here I wasn't too happy with the fence, so I had to delete it and then place it, flatten the terrain and then place it again. It's just one of those things that I can't really, you know, I'm not pleased with, and I'll do my best to try and get them as appealing as possible, for my eye anyway. I do a lot of placing and then zooming out just to get a better perspective on what the place will look like. So I've tried to keep them to a minimum as well, but you know, every time I place something I'll have to zoom out to see how it looks. We are now at the town itself. I tried to keep all the houses from the town and not delete them, just because the town won't grow unless I place manual buildings. So I was looking at the map as well to see how the layout of the town is, and on Google Maps. It's not accurate at all, but just a rough idea. I mean, the church is probably somewhere in the middle. But I find that here was a good spot to place it. The only trouble that I have with so many mods is trying to find them. Sometimes I forget where they are, and obviously most of them have German names or random names, so trying to search for them is a nightmare. So I've tried to remove all those parts where I'm standing half an hour trying to look for a mod. I remember I had those cemetery assets, and they fit in really well in here. And here I was looking where the entrance of the church is, because it's not in the front, so I had to add an extra road in there, because I think the church acts as a attraction for people, so it'll be good to have people actually going inside the churchyard. Adding that little fence so it looks like you know, putting the little details inside, I think, in Mars. And all this time when I was building, I had in my mind try and not you know, decorate too much. It It was like a voice in my head saying that all the time, try and not put too many. You will see that I've tried to avoid using flowers, because I think they are they seem to drag your frame rate down. So I've only placed a couple of flowers. Some of the trees, if you place them too close together, like a really dense forest, that's what usually affects your performance as well. I've tried different stuff. So I found that the Japanese buildings, they do tend to drag your frame rate down, because they're high textures, they're 4K textures. What else? I think there's a couple of trains that they'll drag your frame rate down, just because again they're high textures, high resolution textures. Sorry. Here I tried this mod. I've never tried it before, and I had it for a couple of months, and it's actually quite handy, just because it places different size of trees. Obviously I've added a small orchard in the church yard or church garden, a couple of benches for people to go into the cemetery, and then here I've added some corn and some wheat, just so it looks randomly. Sometimes doing things random, it will look the best, I think. I've added a couple of lavenders. And I'm quite pleased the way it turned out. And I've added some bushes as well, and then the part that shouldn't be missing, or is not missing, from a Romanian church is a cross. I'm not religious myself at all, but I do like to look at the church as a monument, if you wish. Especially the old churches. There is a church exactly the same in my grandparents' village. I think it's been revamped now, but until about 5 years ago, it used to look exactly the same as this one. So again, I've done a cross from just my favorite mod. So these flowers, they tend to drag your frame rate down, so I've only used a couple. I placed those trees and then I realized they're too close together. So if, for example, you're riding a bus, you won't be able to see anything in the yard, in the churchyard. So I've deleted every second one. I have been looking at ways to like this town. If you ride the train, you won't see most of the town. So I was looking at ways to decorate the town, and then obviously be able to enjoy the full view of the town. So I think if you build it in a, like, if the train is elevated a bit more and the town is in a dip, then you will see most of it anyway. So I've just added a couple of ploppable buildings. They're functional. They will produce people. Well, there will be people living in them. And here I was like, I'm gonna build a school, or make it look like it's a school. And I've lowered the terrain, and I realized the level of the water is above the ground level there. So I lifted it up, and I think it turned out really nice. And here I was trying to build a football stadium. I'm not too sure if it's called a football stadium. The ones that you get in the schoolyard. And this is how I measure. I think you get the distance measurement in the workshop, and then down at the bottom it will show you the distance in between the last placed object. I was painting this so the grass doesn't come up to that those blocks. I placed this fence on this side, and then I realized it's not quite straight as I would like it to be, so I had to delete that section. The most difficult part is sometimes to get a good angle, to have a good view of what you're actually doing. I mean, you can look in one angle and it looks spot on, and then you move to a different angle and it's all wrong. So I think here I placed a couple of commercial buildings. Again, they do they do accept people going inside. You can set the number from 0, I think, to 100, and I was a bit fascinated by this building because all the decorations are far off. So as much as I try to not decorate and try to just make it functional, I can't do it. I've started a new map just for myself, and it's just a random generated one, and I have no mods enabled. It's just so I can try and get some achievement. And as soon as I got some money, I was like, what can I do to make it look better? And I started doing just what the vanilla assets, even though they're not a lot of them, but you still got trees and you still got one kind of bench, and trying to make the roads look tidy and all that kind of stuff. I can't help myself. And again, I think adding those bushes makes a difference. And here is going to be a playground for the school. Not sure if a fire it's appropriate in a school yard, but that's just for detailing. And I've added a couple of benches so the kids can have their lunch outside. Right, so we're coming to the end of the first part. I think the second part is more industrial focused, so I will build the greenhouses and a couple more other stuff, so make sure to check that one out as well when it comes available. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.